Yeah, what's poppin', guys? Sizzle here, and with 1 day left in the first half of Season 1, I figured why not start, you can see at 10 hours, why not just do a Bronze GM thing with Magneto? He's kind of the go-to solo tank, which means 99% of the time he's going to be either like playable or viable in pretty much every game. Not that like other tanks don't have that same property, but it's definitely not to the same degree as Magneto where his kit just really works with a lot more characters because it's about him, surviving and like tanking damage versus flanking and being like an off tank and stuff like that, like Captain America. Like if you're solo tank Captain America versus like a Groot or something, they can just walk at you, and Captain America kind of can't do much about it. Which is not saying that Captain America needs a buff. His strengths are absurd if you have another tank to combo with him, but he requires like more specific comps. I feel like with Magneto, you really don't need those comps. I might do this type of thing for more characters if people ask for it. Right, if there's solid views and solid interest in me doing bronze GMs on every type of character, I can sit down and make a lot of accounts. I mean, all you need is a Steam account to make another account, and then hit level 10. It's like 3 or 4 hours, which compared to the raw amount of time I'm gonna spend on this series, it's really no time in the grand scheme of things. But yeah, all we need to win really in all these games is to get lucky enough to roll at least 2 people willing to play support. If we get 2 supports, we should be fine, as long as they're actually supporting. Because there's obviously the people that pick support and then don't heal. I mean, I'm one of them, I would know. I find support really boring, and I'm not willing to swap to myself. Very, very selfish player, but I play the games for fun, so that's kind of just how things are. But yeah, the team up with Magneto and Scarlet is kind of ridiculous. But let me also show off. I guess I can show off my stats. Can I show off my stats? Not in game. At the end of this game, I'll show off my stats. And for post like thing sizzle here, this is my all-time stats in all modes. You can see this is my most played in like quick play and all that. Including that comp game that we just played. This was me after the fact, right? So you see I played some Hulk, some Hawkeye, some just kind of like whatever I felt like playing at the time. Which is generally just a lot of tanks, because, I don't know, I find tanks the most fun personally. But that's what we're looking at. That's how it be. For every other episode of this, I'll literally just show the start of the game, rather than have that whole little intro segment, because there's not really much to talk about there. But yeah, tank game Marvel Rivals works largely the same as in Overwatch. I mean, you're just all about making space. The thing is, unlike in Overwatch, you have a lot less kill potential, at least at the moment, because supports are absurdly strong. But they are slowly nerfing a bunch of different supports and stuff, so that might actually change over time. But yeah, notice how I'm taking a lot of damage here. I'm not getting healed because we walked out the right side for some reason, which means I need to evacuate. And they have a Wolverine, which means I really need to evacuate. That's really unfortunate. I don't know why we walk right. I was the first guy to spawn, I'm pretty sure. We just decided, fuck that guy. But we still got a kill and triggered Wolverine's passive, which he only gets every, like, I'd say 50 seconds. I know it has, like, a 2-minute cooldown, but for every elim he's a part of, it goes down by 10 seconds, which means generally it's a lot shorter. But yeah, Magneto's all about kind of cooldown management. You can spam left and right click as much as you want, and if you're combo with Scarlet Witch like I am here, you can use the sword as much as you want without really any, concern, even though it is a 30-second cooldown. But the main thing is you want to generally try to be bubbling other people rather than yourself, which means you want to play really far back and play really safe compared to most other characters who are very, dive-heavy, brawl-heavy characters who often kind of just want to go in. Okay, that Groot wall just saved their Adam, whatever his name is. I call him Adam something every single different time. Alright, Adam Warlock, Adam Gold, Adam Silver. I think it's one of those, but I don't really know, honestly. But yeah, generally, your cooldowns of Magneto, your shield is like very little cooldown, so kind of whenever you just notice damage coming through, you can soak it up and make a little bit of space that way. But the bubbles have a much longer cooldown, so unless you actually really need them to keep your team up, right, so like there's a Wolverine on my Groot, that's a real issue. I didn't think he would ult my supports, but the support ulted to live through that, so it's fine. Another thing is on most characters, there's kind of like animation cancels to be aware of. In the case of Magneto, I don't think he has any. I haven't really looked into if he has any of them, honestly. But I don't think he does. I was trying to probably get Scarlet Witch, which is too high up. There we go. I don't think he has any like notable animation cancels. Like for example, on Doctor Strange, you can shoot and then use his like quick melee whip thing, and there's no downtime between the two, which is obviously really strong. Okay, that shield was kind of bad because we still had a bubble up on Groot, which means like that's kind of like validated bubble. As for Magneto ult, I don't know, man. I suck with it. It's like the one part of his kit I still haven't figured out. It's a lot more game specific or something, you know. Not really seen in Overwatch. Also, how do they take card over like that? That's wild. Okay, let's just wait here and get healed, maybe. I mean, we did touch the card, so it's moving forward, meaning if they don't touch it... Well, they did touch it, but if they hadn't touched it, we would have been fine. Uncooked. He's one, though, and I don't know if he's gonna get healed. I mean, part of it's also, when you're in lower ranks, people are gonna be all over the place, so your goal is to not necessarily play correctly. I mean, it's true for any game, true for Overwatch, it's true for Marvel Rivals, true for anything. People probably not play correctly, so it's kind of up to you to figure out where people are deciding to play, and adapt around it. I mean, so far I've generally been in most of the right place, which is the front line. Magneto's not a flanker, he's just like a frontline tank. You kind of chill with your team for the most part, unless you can spot a free kill and kind of chase that person real quick. Because it's not like he is, I mean, he has no mobility, literally, but it's not like he can't just quickly go after someone and then, like, shield out. You can see right there, not sure if I should have bubbled, what's her face, Scarlet Witch or whatever, but I did, because I noticed her diving. Generally, if your teammates are diving and you won't need the bubble for a bit, it just makes sense to give them a bubble. Like, it's not that long of a cooldown. It is a big cooldown, it's definitely something you want to have when you're getting dove. But yeah, we had a disconnect, which was interesting. I guess that probably means it's actually like a genuine disconnect. I mean, that's also true in low ranks in most games. You just have a lot of people that play comp, like, to try it out. If they get bored or if they go to work or something, they'll just hop right off. Okay, I didn't think Jeff would ult that. I kind of wasted a bubble on him that I really could have used here against Wolverine. That was a mistake on my part. Honestly, in thinking that Jeff was at risk of dying to Wolverine. Right. I haven't really played a lot of Magneto, if it wasn't obvious. I think I have, I don't know, 2 hours on him, most of which are on this account. The characters I played to get GM on my main were all dive tanks, right? I played a lot of Hulk, played a bit of Captain America, and then I played some Groot and Doctor Strange to hold down main when needed, but really a lot of it was spent on those dive tanks, and I would say they're the easier ones to play in Marvel Rivals. You have a lot less to worry about when your entire goal is to jump in. That bubble is disgusting. Rip that guy's ult. Dude, I hit my fucking rock on the ceiling. Shows some inexperience. It's also worth noting, in situations like that, you really want to cancel your bubble. Not your bubble, you want to cancel your shield so you can bubble. It's pretty vital. Yeah, I also completely forgot about the team ability. I know it's actually really strong between Magneto and Scarlet, but I genuinely forgot I had it because I'm so used to just playing Magneto in quick play where nobody gives a shit. I kind of forgot people pick like the broken synergy picks here. Groot is like trying to not get healed, bro. That's an active sabotage. But he did hit a fat ult right there, so it kinda just worked out. No idea what that guy thought he was gonna do, but you know, I'll take it. Let me actually activate the ability before I forget. It's both a sword swipe and a projectile. You can see those red slashes coming out. Yeah, it's a 5v6, but we were kind of destroying enough where I think we'll win. we didn't need Art 3mm. We got it covered. But yeah, for those looking for advice, maybe if you're new to games like this, and really your goal is just to climb to like gold or whatever to get the skin, I would say, at least at the moment, just become a DPS main. Supports are very broken and you need them on your team. Like, we only have one support here, which is going to be a problem. That actually might be a real issue. I don't know why we lost our second support. Um, but anyway, two supports like really strong. You need at least two. If you get three, it's pretty cool. But two is definitely all you technically need to win. Having at least one tank is also pretty vital too. But other than that, DPS have all the kill potential, all the carry potential. I feel like a lot of my games, even when I'm playing a good tank, come down to just they have like some really cracked Punisher or something who's getting pocketed by two supports. And like, as a tank, you can't do too much about that. You can stop him for so long, but if he never dies, if he never gets shot at by people that do damage, then it just doesn't matter at all. Okay, this is some bronze activities. I don't. I guess he just put walls in front of their door to stop them from moving for 0.01 seconds. But I don't really know. Let me actually try to remember to use the team up for now. Not sure how often people will force the swap, because I don't think Scarlet Witch is really that good at all, and I don't think most people are going to bother doing the team up, even if it is pretty solid. It's not like broken solid, it's just alright. Yeah, we are down one here. Let's see what this can do from distance. Not taking too much damage. I did save my Groot for even a frame there, but that's about all I can do when he just stands in main without moving a muscle. I'm trying to block the heals on the person behind me, but unfortunately we just don't have the raw damage to compete with them, because our Scarlet Witch died really early, and then our Groot died shortly after. Yeah, fighting Wolverine's just going to be really obnoxious throughout this series. Generally, when I was on my main account, if they went Wolverine, I just mirrored Wolverine myself, because none of my teammates would swap. Which made things really, really easy, because most people that play Wolverine are awful, and the character is really, really easy. So I can just kind of like walk on their Wolverine and then kill their tanks too. It's a win-win. I don't know why I just shielded. That was like out of instinct. Most things on Magneto you can just kind of shield to deal with, but Wolverine or Thor, or like any melee character, you just don't even block their damage, so it's kind of pointless. Yeah, let's see what we can do. I mean, it's not completely lost yet. We just gotta like group up real quick. We are getting more picks than them, like per person. I feel like the average person on my team's getting 1 to like 1.2 kills, and their average guy's getting like 0.8, but they literally just have an extra person, which means we have to do even more than that to have a chance at winning. Like, normally a 5v6 in this game is an instant loss. I don't want to delude you guys into thinking that these are normally winnable, but clearly for my first game on the Matchmaker, it's very heavily in my favor for whatever reason. Like, this is one of the best teams I've had in a minute. I also don't know what that annoying ass sound effect was I just kept hearing right there. Yeah, I'm gonna ult purely to survive against that guy. We hit people, but not for enough, I guess. Our teammate got back. Wait. Oh. He's probably gonna be surprised that we managed to fucking full cap after he left. But yeah, I'm literally just gonna have a Wolverine constantly harassing me. You can right-click. You want to definitely keep your right-clicks on him to keep pushing him away, but that's about all you can do. Just right-click and hope. Because Wolverine's entire thing is that he's a tank buster. You also have to hold your shield for Wolverine. If he ever just dives you on mag, you need your right-click and you need your shield just available. So we activate his passive again. Unfortunately, Jeff was not really aware of his existence. We did manage to get a bubble off just in time to keep our support up there. Normally I like to finish the reload there, but we needed that shield to survive and keep our support up. Here, luckily, Groot saved my life there, to be honest, but we had a bubble just in case. That is the importance of always having one available. I'm noticing our supports are dead here, so I'm just gonna walk back. and not grab a health pack because they get ult charged by healing me. Sorry guys, my G-Force ran out, I'm back. What the hell does that even mean? Like he was like recording it and he ran out of space? Yeah, another kind of rule of thumb in this game is whenever there's any type of deployable anything, you want to... Oh yeah, I forgot I have this team up. I literally just got reminded of it by her getting pinned. Look at the amount of damage that does, goddamn. Tanks are normally not able to do this much damage, so that team up where I can just casually kill 3 of them is definitely disgusting and worth being aware of. Something I hopefully am going to remember more throughout this if I ever get the chance of doing it again, because, I mean, I literally just killed 4 of them, like, pretty much unassisted there. That's obviously the support I was getting from my supports. But yeah, general rule of thumb though, if you don't got 2 supports, you're supposed to be the second guy to swap. I'm just a very selfish player who plays a little too much, so I'm willing to literally lose games over not having one, but if you're trying your best to win and don't really care about fun or anything as much, or just straight up don't mind playing support, you definitely want like a solid one in your backline. There's something simple like Cloak and Dagger you can just always pull out if need be. Can this kill? I'm just straight up experimenting here. I don't know how this... Okay, can. The one thing I did learn when playing Magneto in casual is the longer you charge his ult, the more damage it does. So like if I do it closer to the end, I generally will get more success. Yeah, let's just break that spider thing. So don't just get free mines up in our team. Am I dead? Holy. Can't believe I'm alive there. I got very kind of focused about talking, just kind of forgot what's going on. That's the nice thing. If you're just generally positioned well in this game, you generally benefit. You're also never supposed to use this many shellfish shields in Magneto, but because, you know, people are just playing like wherever they want to, it kind of just doesn't make sense for me to bubble most of these people. Like, I don't know how I would even help this Scarlet Witch over there. And she seems to generally be doing fine on her own, to be honest. Okay, I should have bubbled her there. That was a bit selfish. I was just going for the kill there instead of going for the save that I could have gotten. Oh, there's a Moonlight? I didn't even know he was right next to us. The more you know. Let's kill their support. Nobody gives a shit about this Wolverine. He'll probably walk in front of my shit half the time anyway. Hopefully Jeff spits me out at some point, but... Okay, he spit me away from the point. Really? Okay, we're not gonna C9. I thought the cart was just gonna go on without us. We get cooked. But no, that was a good play by Jeff. I mean, you should generally just spit out your teammates right away if you get them, unless that's gonna be a problem about getting finished kills. Yeah, there we go. We won. Our first game was like a 5v6. We definitely the matchmaker in our favor, but I would like to think that we put in some good work in Magneto. We're a big reason why people couldn't just walk down main. But I definitely was pressured a little less than I probably should have. Yeah, you can see, right? Very solid damage, a very solid finals, good damage blocked, minimal deaths. The most important stat when you're playing tank is your deaths. Nothing else really is an indicator of good performance. Because you can farm damage block like no tomorrow and be the reason your team lost. You can farm damage like no tomorrow, especially, and be the reason your team lost. And there's a lot of times on tank where we straight up just don't get the chance to do final kills, because like I mentioned at the start, tanks don't do a lot of damage, they don't have a lot of kill potential of their own. Your goal as the tank is to make the space for your DPS to get those 30 finals, right? For them to go off. If you can have the whole enemy team looking at you, you might only have like 5 finals. I've had some games in Captain America where I literally had 3 finals, but I think I was like 90% of why we won, because then their enemy supports have like this type of healing whenever they have to look at you so much. Now, this wasn't one of those games. I wasn't, you know, on their backline really ever. If they showed up in front of me, I killed them or whatever, but, you know, didn't do anything crazy. But that's our first game in the Magneto Bronze GM. I am only going to go to GM with it. My main's currently only GM. I'm kind of waiting for the season to end to just get the rewards for it. And then I might try pushing Celestial on there, but not recording it, because, I don't know, it's kind of boring. I like it. Whenever I record, I have to turn down my render scale to 40, and it doesn't look too awful on YouTube videos because I've actually looked. Like, YouTube compression already kind of makes it look like that anyway. But in person, 40 versus 60 render scale is like night and day, and I simply like having more visibility on my screen. But yeah, with that being said, hope you all enjoyed. Like I said, if you guys like this series, I might be willing to do other characters after finishing Magneto. And these will probably be coming out once a day, meaning even though I might finish this in this season, this series might finish in like season 2 or something, despite me having actually finished the entire challenge in like season 1. But yeah, that being said, hope you all enjoyed. Be interesting seeing if the balance patch changes anything about Magneto. I do know he's somewhere in there according to the leaks or whatever, but I haven't really read any of it. I'll just see how it plays, because honestly reading patch notes is way too much work when I still don't know what most of the characters really do. And yeah, hope y'all enjoyed it. For real, for real. Have a great rest of your day, and goodbye.